Me and Emmy were terrified that night, and on the way home, I grabbed her hand, and she grabbed mine, and we knew we were trauma bonded, and we didn't want to let go. And my brother once came over and said, and I quote, "If you ever marry this woman, I'll never forgive you."
Yeah, that shit she said, it is basically true. What? Wait, he's saying that what she claims is true. Dude,
as for what
he really thinks he's cooking with this rabbit point. I'm telling you, this is an intentional thing to tap into the Collegate memes. Let's see what Mizkif had to say about all this, shall we?
Hello. Call Bean, he can fix this? No, it's okay. Yo. Yo. What up, chat?
I mean, you probably knew this day was going to come, right? Probably knew at some point this was going to come out publicly.
Yo. Is this goodbye? No. It's not goodbye. Not at all. Yo. Explain yourself. I will. Promise you. We're not playing Marvel Rivals today. Tom, think of this up. Appreciate it.
We're not playing Marvel Rivals today. Oh my god, dude.
Yo.
Hey, new viewer here. Why is everyone...
What up, Walnuts?
Bro. J-Stalk subscriber Prime.
Yo, Miz.
Bro, what?
Are you starting your right-wing grift? It's
Dude.
getting close. Yo.
Is that actually J-Stalk?
What up?
Yo.
Yo, what up? Think of this up. Hey. Yo, what up, sheep?
46 months crazy year.
Will he suicide bait like he does every time? It's such a big possibility. I don't think he will this time. I think he's just going to address the allegations. But it is very common that he pulls the old, I'm going to KYS card.
Yo, Fulton, thank you for the sub.
Oh, torch without ads.
Expose everything, bro. It's time to go full demon time. It's clearly obvious at this point. It's full demon time. Why not? It is time to go full demon time. Just letting you know. There is no holding back. Who cares anymore? I will expose everything about every person that you've ever known. And it is time to go full demon time.
Okay.
Yo.
Interesting. Interesting.
Why not?
Don't tell me I've subbed this long for nothing.
Let's watch the world burn.
I mean, the thing is, like, I think he probably recognizes he's in a bad spot here, right? Like, he knows in his own head what he did and didn't do. And there is all these clips now that are starting to circulate, backing up some of the stuff that Emiru is saying. So what choice does he have here? Like, he's fucked, right? Like, his relationships with all the big content creators are done. That's finished. There's no way anyone is going to want to continue to knock about with him now. Too much of a brand risk. All he's got is going nuclear on the people that are probably now cutting ties with him. Full on rape mode. Mizkif has turned rape mode on. Mizkif has turned rape mode to 100%.
Here, I'm taking out a sub-only mode. There you go. What's up, chat?
Oh, sub-only mode.
Let's watch the world fucking burn. If people want to act like this, you know, I see some people saying some very obtuse things. We can watch the world burn. Fuck it. Obtuse. Yes. There's some people that are saying some pretty crazy things that I was seeing. I haven't even gone on Twitter. I saw other things. And I'm like, damn. But I've been around for 10 years now. A lot of you guys know. I am pretty far away from this stuff at this point. But I am totally okay with exposing a lot of things and saying things. At this point, I think it's pretty obvious. I will not be friends with any of these people after this. Ludwig was right. I am going to completely separate myself from these people in this community, which is fine, and I've already been doing it. But I have hundreds of messages and DMs from people.
I mean, what choice have you got, bro?
Okay, that's wonderful.
You haven't really got much of a choice, have you? You're fucked.
Filing my divorce proceedings completely in Comic Sans font. Your Honor, I only went demon time because she shaded me in front of 130k teenagers.
Thank you, Jim Believe, for the super chat. Thank you. Like, it's not like he's got a choice. Yeah. There's nothing, I mean, what other, yeah, he is literally out of options. I mean, this was like a massive nuke, right? Everyone is everyone is talking about this, and everyone is on the same page that he's a piece of shit. So,
things that people probably would never want to get released that are very interesting for everyone. and I will be releasing it as time goes on, because why not? Go crazy. Who cares?
No.
Who fucking cares? But before that, I would like to address everything that was said today. Okay?
Mizkif.
Let's get some yos in chat first. Maybe some tryhards. It's perfectly fine. Go ahead. You're a disgusting piece of shit. Absolutely. Been that for years. It's pretty fucking par for the course. What are we going to pretend that I'm not a piece of shit? We've all known this. All right?
They were the
Calm
kicks,
down.
guys. Keep them coming.
Is this anything new? No. I'm a piece of shit. Why the fuck is Caroline Burton chat? That's probably the most crazy thing I've ever seen in my life. But I'm going to defend myself on a lot of things that were said about me.
Let it be.
I am going to defend myself on what was said with Emmy. I see a lot of people saying other things that really upset me, but the Emmy one is a serious thing that I want to take serious, and we will be discussing that, okay? I wrote this myself, so I don't know if it's even good. I am not the best writer, as a lot of you know. I have half my screen right now is red because I can't write for shit. It's not through ChatGPT. Shut up. Not through ChatGPT. It's not through ChatGPT. Shut up. It's not, bro, shut up. It's not through Chat. You really think in a serious situation like this, I put ChatGPT and I'm writing something out because it's like, oh, like, bro, shut up. No. Yes, really. Really. No, it's Sora AI. I have an entire video made. What is wrong with you, chat? What is wrong with you? I wish I could show you how much red is in this to show you that each other is spaced. It's so stupid. I'm not a good writer, bro. I'm not a good writer. So, okay, let's get to this, shall we? No stalling. I'm taking out of sub-only mode. I don't really care. I know there's a lot of people that want to speak, and they can. I have no problem with that. This is a very serious situation that I was told. I know a lot of other people are saying things about me as well on top of this, but this is the thing I want to talk about.
Yeah, by the
So
way,
let's talk
guys,
about it,
yeah, there is a second allegation. It's at Mizkif Towers, but we'll look at the response to this one first, and then we'll look at that. It's just a tweet, I think, but we'll have a look at. We're going to look at all of it, okay? And we'll also have a little skim through LSF and see some further supplementary evidence too.
Shall we? And then we can go into it. Okay. So, this is April of 2021. Okay, I'm gonna write everything down. Everyone, just chill and let me hear this out. Okay. We met online when we were playing AT&T Annihilator Cup. This is me and Emmy. I was introduced to her through it, and my chat started to like us hanging out. I didn't have feelings for her or anything, but I thought we could start hanging out more and be friends. So we met through the Annihilator Cup. A lot of you guys know this. I was playing with her. My chat liked her a lot. She was fun to hang out with, so we started hanging out. We started to play games with each other on stream, and we started to grow closer together. We started calling each other, and we were flirting. We didn't do anything, but it was pretty obvious that Emiru had feelings for me as well as I had for her. But we couldn't really do anything because at the time, she was dating a girl named Bonnie, another cosplayer from another state, and I was dating Maya.
Oh, so he's alright, dude. Okay. Straight in with the, I'm presuming he goes into the Bonnie stuff, the claim that Emiru groomed this Bonnie person. That seems like a deflection, I must say, even if it's true.
Me and Maya broke up. I broke up with her because the relationship felt stagnant, and Maya's sanctuary started to take over a lot of her life, and we hardly had time to hang out with each other. Since Maya moved out, I knew I wanted a streamer to move into the house, preferably a girl to farm content with, but I didn't want it to happen so fast. I didn't know if I wanted to be Emmy, but she told me about a stalker that came to her house.
Yeah, DK, it was quite convoluted, but I think, just vaguely recalling it, I think it did seem like this Bonnie person had obfuscated the truth of the matter. Like, I do think it's possible that it was Emiru. Nothing conclusive, obviously. But yeah, it's not clear. It's not 100% clear what the story there was.
And she didn't live at her house anymore. I'm telling you everything, chat, okay? Come on. I'm telling you the whole story. Sit down and relax, all right? Take a seat. I told her to come move in with me in Austin because she had a stalker, and we want to make content, and the guy will probably be scared since there's a bunch of people around instead of her in her Kansas home by herself. From there, our relationship started growing very fast. Within just weeks of moving in, she would sit in my room with me late at night, and I would watch Pokemon over and over again, season 1. I loved it because she made me feel like because it felt like my childhood and a place of calmness. She would fall asleep in my bed. With some nights, we would touch our backs or legs together. We knew we liked each other. We just knew it was a bad idea.
Okay.
Talks of her joining OTK happened fast as well, and I knew that if we were potentially going to date, we'd have to keep it a secret. Nobody was allowed to know. Streamers as well were already starting to resent me, saying that it was a shitty thing that I moved Emmy in so fast and replaced Maya so quickly. If people found out we were dating, I could be hated by my peers and lose what I created in OTK. I didn't know if we were going to date, and I knew if we were going to make it happen, it was going to be very stressful. But I had no idea what was going to come.
Yeah, right, yeah. Invite the desperate woman into your home and tell her she can join your big streamer community. Yeah, I think that's the dynamic here. I think it's, oh, you're in a bad way, are you? Well, I tell you what, come and live in my big streamer house and maybe you can join the org as well. Like, I would presume that Mizkif had a pretty big sway in Emiru joining OTK. Very bizarre setup to the dynamic.
The beginning of January of 2022. Emmy just had her huge party in an arcade celebrating her birthday on stream. Everyone from Austin was there, and as we were celebrating her joining OTK, there was a huge scare.
He was just trying to help her. Yeah, but why was he trying to help her? Well, clearly because he had some sort of interest in her, right? Like, nah, dude. That feels like Ms. Kid Cope, to be honest with you.
Someone outside in the parking lot rammed into my Audi R8 and drove off. And while we were outside thinking it was a schizo viewer, we were told that the person who just hit my car was now inside holding a gun. This scared us to no end. Me and Connery's pants ran inside in fear to get everyone out and make sure everything is okay. My first concern was Emmy. I wanted her to be safe. The cops came, the drunk driver did have a gun, and was sentenced to 3 to 5 years in prison. Me and Emmy were terrified that night. And on the way home, I grabbed her hand, and she grabbed mine. And we knew we were trauma bonded, and we didn't want to let go.
Money off depressed people.
Good morning, Chud.
Sure.
Finally, some non-cold drama. We have to thank Emiru and Twitch for feeding us this feast. Also, did I miss the Our Word review intro?
Yes, you did, I'm afraid. But thank you very much for the super chat, cheese.
We would wake up together, stream together, and hang out with each other all night. She quickly became my best friend, and someone that I felt for the first time I was in love with. We hung out all day, every day. We were always so happy with each other.
Someone just TTS, don't kill yourself. They clearly know all about Mizkif's fucking behavior then. Definitely a Mizkif fan saying something like that.
Playing games until the night, loving every moment we were with each other. It felt poor. Jack, relax. I remember one day I left my house. She called me just so we can be on the phone together, as we always did. And we were playing a song called Falling in Love with You with Elvis came on, and I felt that love, first time I felt love for a girl, and I thought I'd want it to never let it go. The first year of our relationship, we almost had no fights. We started to date officially in January of 2022, and up until my cancellation, everything was perfect. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I will throw you and show you an example, chat. I'm brushing my teeth.
I mean, the problem you've got with this excuse is that I've seen a video of him throwing some paper bags at Maya. And again, obviously, people are like, oh, but it's just paper bags.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Well, you did it in a very aggressive fashion.
Money off depressed people.
Turn this chicken nugget into a cube right now.
Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. And what is this evidence? Oh, I'm going to do it now. Yeah, of course you're going to make yourself look better, aren't you? You're hardly going to do it and make yourself look bad. This is like nothing.
Look at me.
Okay.
I would just lob it over because I was going to bed. So I would just throw the phone.
And what about the water bottles?
That's it. And when that's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear. I never threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said...
It also, like... Yeah. Why would you throw it where she is? Like that, you know, because the risk is it hits her. Where's that... Dude, where's that clip of the Maya bag thing? Because I think that gives you a better indication of what is likely the case there. Rather than this fucking bullshit he's trying to sell here.
In her situation, that she bruises easily. She brushed over that I threw water bottles with her on my phone near her, but that wasn't during our fight.
Yeah, it's just, the reenactment proves nothing. You might as well have not bothered. Right? It's like, oh, she claims I slapped her, but I didn't really slap her. I just did this. I did this on her face. I just did this on her face. That was it. Like, okay, well, of course you're not going to fucking do it in a way that makes you look bad. That, you know, it's stupid. So, I don't know, dude. This feels very, very unconvincing for me. Is this the clip? So, just to show you, this to me, and obviously, again, this is not conclusive 100% proof.
Money off depressed
Okay.
people?
Thank you for the super chat. But to me, this is more indicative of the kind of throw that I'm thinking happened. You know, just listen to this again.
I'm not talking to him today.
Well, nobody asked you to, so.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
Look at her face. She's so uninterested.
She said no.
Maya unimpressed. That's what that was.
2 Starbucks bags of Starbucks I got you over the past few days.
Oh
That there.
my god.
Mizkif,
That there seems more aligned, in my mind, of what likely was the case. Not this little throw onto the bed. And people are going to be like, oh, it's paper. Like, you guys are misunderstanding. That shows, like, even though it's only paper, it just shows, to me, the kind of behavior you could expect from Mizkif in these situations, you know? And the thing is like, having stuff thrown at you, even if there's not a realistic chance that it's going to hurt you, is quite, like, it puts you in a state where you feel a bit out of sorts and, you know, uncomfortable because those kind of things can happen. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah, he's doing it on stream. He's doing it on a stream as well. Yeah, I mean, I think people that are saying, "Oh, it's just paper," are missing the point. Why are you throwing bags at someone's face in an angry way? You know?
said no.
Maya unimpressed. That's what that was.
2 Starbucks bags of Starbucks I got you over the past few days.
Oh my.
Like throwing items at someone's face in an aggressive way, in an angry way. That's the point. And again, it doesn't prove as to how he threw the phone. But to me, it's more indicative of, in my mind, what those sorts of situations were like, rather than this, oh, I just threw my phone on the bed and she happened to be there. You know? So, yeah. Kind of, that is an abusive act that you can see there. And I do think it lends weight to what Emiru is saying. And I find it extremely unconvincing, this idea that he was just chucking something onto the bed. Or apparently there's more. Oh, damn. The LSF autists have been on one.
She's so uninterested.
Oh, no, we saw this already. We already saw this clip. We saw that before. Yeah. And then obviously, yeah, there's the aspect of her talking about the driving thing, which is something Emma is also now claiming too. Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's continue.
It would be throwing my phone on my bed when I brush my teeth. She did tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. That's it. I did feel a lot of stress over the time of our relationship up until this point from her stalkers. From the ones that would show up at her old house, and also stalkers that just had from her TikTok postings. We found after being with each other that her stalkers had a lot from would come to her a lot.
Yeah, also, like, yeah, I stopped when the bruising happened. I stopped when she got bruised. You were physically harming me by throwing stuff at me. Okay, I'll stop. Yeah, dude, what? Bro, what the fuck? What a crazy thing to say. Like, surely you would avoid engaging in behavior that would bruise someone. And the thing is, accidents can happen. But you are throwing an item towards someone when they're in that space. Of course, that's a risk of it hitting them. Why did it take them getting bruised for you to go, okay, I probably shouldn't do that? What the fuck?
From her short form content. These people were schizophrenic and would think that she is talking to them. Whether it was songs she played, the way she looked at the screen, or just the titles of the videos, these people started to feel she was talking to them and come to our house to stalk her. These people thought in their heads they were dating her. They were out of their mind.
Shelbo?
I told her, if we're going to be serious about this relationship, I need her to stop posting as much and to not farm these people. She agreed and understood that it was a safety concern for not only me, but the house. Russell, Simply, Corey, or anyone that was in my house, or anyone that
This is what Chud's chat on Ockley thinks too. Bro, can we stop this fucking cope? Okay? Chat's issue was the way that Emiru talks sometimes is annoying, okay? And also the fact that whilst what happened at the TwitchCon was bad, some people were overstating it for their own political goals, essentially, right? That was the primary concern that people had. Yes, there was some racist super chat, sure, okay? But chat is pretty much unified in condemning Mizkif, okay? Like, I'm not seeing many comments that are like, oh, no, actually, I think that this is true, that he was just chucking it on the bed. In fact, if anything, it's people in Twitch chat that are likely Mizkif fans that are saying shit like that. Like, bro, everyone I think is pretty, even Kick chat is pretty much on the same page. Who out there is saying, oh yeah, no, this is misunderstanding and Mizkif actually was just chucking a phone on the bed?
near us. She agreed that she wouldn't want to hurt anyone else and knew that posting these types of TikToks and posts can mess with us and is something I'm not comfortable with as a guy. So she would tell me that if I had a problem to let her know. And at first it was minor things here and there, but over time it got harder and harder to deal with. There were more stress on top of this. We both had to hide the relationship from everyone. If anyone found out or was known, I could get in a ton of trouble with OTK and cause a ton of problems. Would you guys stop spamming never sub, never donated? Okay, relax. I told her if we were going to be serious about this relationship, I need to stop posting as much and to not farm these people.
Listen, if it starts the right-wing Christian grift, then it's fine. He can't. Well, he can independently, but Asman, I think, has made it clear that he's not fucking with this guy anymore. He's already alluded to it previously. Tectone is obviously coming out strongly against him. So that arena is, that door is closed to him. He's not going to be able to go in that direction and get easy community and viewership there. So this kind of kamikaze approach that he seems to be, I'm not using that word because Emiru is Asian, by the way. This kind of kamikaze approach does seem to be the only method he's got with which to actually do anything here, you know?
And then there was more stress on top of this. We both had to hide the relationship from everyone. If anyone found out or was known, I can get in a ton of trouble with OTK and can cause a ton of problems in my life. So I lied to all of my old friends, S-Fan included, who lived just next door to me, and everyone in OTK. And that was very hard for me to do.
Stay strong, Miz. This will pass.
We had a doggy door between our rooms, just so we...
No, it won't, bro. What do you mean this will pass? Like, his entire structure of, like, connections has crumbled overnight. There's no... People are not going to fuck with Mizkif off the back of this. It's over. It's literally over. Dude, who's going to work with this guy now? Total fucking cope in chat, in his fucking TTS there.
We can hide it from everyone else, including my roommates. We would lock the doors to avoid our roommates finding out. As time went on, they found out, but to most of our friends in the Austin circle, they never officially knew. That stress alone would drive anyone mad, but our love for each other was strong, and we knew we could handle it. So, in September in 2022, a lot of you guys know, I was canceled by Trainwrecks and others trying to claim I covered up sexual assault. It was proven wrong, but that destroyed my mental health. I felt like my brain cracked, and I was never the same since. I was suicidal, depressed,
I
and
mean,
I didn't know what
obviously he's going to say this, but I wouldn't say that it was proven wrong, okay? It was a claim that did not have meaningful, hardcore proof because much of it occurred in person. But there was definitely evidence that it happened. And I think that, you know, the thing is that statement that OTK released was fucking bollocks. They did it on the 31st. They did it on like New Year's Eve to try and fucking bury it and everyone celebrating the new year and stuff like that, you know? So, yeah, I think, I do think that story had legs. And, I mean, I personally think that, yes, there was an effort to try and get Adriana Lee to downplay to protect the you know, the guy.
to do with my own life. Every day felt like an absolute nightmare. I was losing OTK, my mental health, and all my friends. Emiru was one of the only people that were there for me. She ditched sponsors to go with me to Japan.
Dry our lips.
She went with me anywhere I needed because she wanted me to be happy.
Crazy slick.
And she knew sometimes I freaked out, I lashed out, but she loved me and she knew I was in a terrible mental place. It got so bad that stress and constant talking about the same things over and over and no sleep and depression that most of my hair started to fall out and Emiru started to hurt herself while we were in Japan.
Jesus. What the fuck? Why did he say that? What? Huh? That was unnecessary.
As this time happened, I was a massive wreck. I couldn't think straight and being that Emiru hung out with me all day, she too started to become high-strung. Ugh. We would yell at each other, fight, and argue all the time. Things we never once did. I felt this relationship was taking a huge strain. But I thought it could be fixed over time since things were just so amazing that first year. But...
Okay, this seems fake.
But as we stayed around longer,
This seems
I
fake.
started resenting her a lot more. You can take it out of remote-only mode. But as we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more. I never want to talk about this. Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in. These were a big part of her life. But as those rabbits moved out of her room and into the living room, they started to see disgusting neglect. No food, no water, sometimes not having clean bedding for weeks. I, along with many others who would come over, would give them what they needed, and I would tell her all the time to take care of them, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits, so much that many of them just died over 1 year of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt terrible, and my brother once came over and said, and I quote, "If you ever marry this woman, I'll never forgive you."
Bro, this fucking dude. Holy fuck, dude.
I didn't even know there was TTS going on.
Yeah, I think, unless he's got some pretty compelling evidence, I think I'm more along the lines that this was his plan. Part of the smear job is to talk about these fucking rabbits, and now he's put on the back foot, and all he can really do is talk about the rabbits here. But it was meant to be part of like a smear against Emiru prior to this, perhaps, or before Emiru came out with her story. But I guess we'll see if there's any evidence, but it doesn't, I mean, I don't know, dude. It just seems like, okay, so she neglected her rabbits. Okay, what the fuck has that got to do with her claims about you? You know what I mean? I think this would be more successful if you got out first, because you would have the kind of colligate effect of people, you know, not liking Emiru because she doesn't care for pets. But now it just feels like, oh, well, you're just saying this to deflect away from what she's saying about you. You know?
Guys, of course I had to put eyeliner on to make myself cry. Fuck you, chat. I'm gonna throw my phone at you. I will show you a ching chang chung black eye.
Okay. Thank you for the 333. Okay. And the performative, like, I don't want to talk about this. Obviously you do. Obviously you've done it. See, even if the rabbit thing is true, it feels like a deflection. It doesn't feel like a genuine expression of concern, right?
Here is a video up close of Emiru's rabbits. These are small little mites that are inside the rabbit cage, and she didn't care. She completely neglected these animals, and I'm not going to sit around and let people say that she didn't. People who came to my house knew that they were neglected. This is an up-close view of the rabbit cage being completely disgusting and neglected. She left them to die, and I'm not going to sit here and have her pretend she didn't. It's fucking disgusting.
It does look in a bad way. Like it needs to be cleaned out.
This is a video from my own brother. I didn't record this. These are mites all around her cage.
So even if I mean, obviously it's difficult to know the full story purely off of that one video. But the thing is, even if we accept that this does demonstrate a pattern of behavior of not looking after rabbits, yeah, it's got nothing to do with her claims about you. So what? Even if this is true, and this one video we can say, yep, that shows that she didn't look after the rabbits. It changes nothing about what has been claimed from her to you. Pure deflection, as far as I can tell. And again, the fact he's got this video ready to go, again, suggests to me that yes, this is this broad smear plan that he had of wanting to paint her as a bad rabbit owner.
How do I make
Hence why he's
money
got this video
off
ready to
depressed
go.
people?
We loved each other SM. That's why I berated her on stream and made her cry. Mizkif probably.
Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. So yeah, I think that even if true, it doesn't change the substance of the claims. But yeah. What is this? He's going full demon time, let him cook. Oh. I mean, oh, Emiru didn't look after her rabbits. I'm taking her down with me. The grooming thing as well. That's probably more substantive. But again, that feels like more of the same.
I would tell her to take care of them all the time, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits, so much that many died just over a year or two of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt bad, and my brother once came over and said that if I marry her, he'll never forgive me. In fact, when Maya came over during my cancellation, she actually commented on Emiru's rabbits and said, "These rabbits are completely neglected and this is disgusting." Emiru wouldn't clean the cages and the smell became so bad that we started to have the rabbits just be outside. I told her if that's the case, she's got to make sure she's giving them water because they are her responsibility. Instead, these rabbits were left outside in 100-degree heat with no food or water or anything. Most of the time being in cages with no bedding besides poop all over the place. Emmy didn't care. She would sit inside and play League of Legends all day. And what this showed me is that I don't want her to be my children's mother, and I couldn't see myself marrying her. The fights from these times started to get worse. I would constantly want to be farther and farther from her. I would use her for content, but after stream would want to be alone. I didn't know how to break up with her or end things. She was a co-owner of my org.
Who cares, Mizkif bro? She is. Sushi emoji. We all know she was just gonna eat them rabbits anyway.
Okay. Is that an Asian comment about the rabbit meat? Anyway, thank you for the super chat.
Only person I knew, and the strain of the relationship and hiding the relationship was really taking a toll on me. On top of that, the stalkers were getting worse. One stalker came to my house, and I had to point a gun at him for 30 minutes until the cops came. These stalkers are no joke, and the pressure from the relationship, the anger I felt, and the stalkers and the stalkers as a whole really made us lash out at each other. She would tell me that she doesn't realize what she's doing, that she didn't understand what she was doing wrong. But I would constantly tell her, on and off stream, that she needs to do more because these stalkers are getting worse. I know I wasn't perfect with my language or tone throughout this entire
Twitch streamers are incompetent?
Thank you for the super chats.
relationship. I know I wasn't. And I was aggressive at times. In regards to being controlling,
That's wonderful.
I told
But
her
how do
many
I make
things.
money
Thank you.
I told her to
Yes,
dress
guys.
older, to stop wearing pajamas, to stop talking about stalkers and schizos as a whole, stop talking about past relationships, and yes, I didn't want her to travel without me. I also said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is because I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want Emmy to get assaulted. I didn't want some man to do something to her when I'm not there, and I wanted to keep her safe. And I know with how my mental was and who I was back
Okay, why not pay for security then? Dude, what the fuck is this take? This feels like trying to dress up what is likely controlling behavior in a reasonable way. I just wanted to keep her safe. Well, if you wanted to keep her safe, you pay for professional security for her. You wouldn't just go with, you wouldn't insist that you go travel with her. Yeah, this feels like cope.
then that I didn't do everything right.
You could run it, you could do it through the org. You
Okay,
could run it
that's
through
wonderful.
OTK and
But how
fucking
do I
get the
make
org to pay for
money
it.
off
Easily,
depressed people?
easily.
Rabbit stuff is bad, but SA overpowers it. Should have gotten this out sooner. Skill issue.
Thank you for the $5. Yeah, this would hit a lot harder if it wasn't in response to the claims against him.
I know I could have done better, and I'm sorry. I know I was controlling, and I should have just ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a person. And I'm sorry I did it. I'm sorry things got to this fucking point, man.
Okay, that's totally fake. 100% fake.
The
Totally
last
fake.
9 months of this relationship, things got extremely fucking toxic. I told her to move out. She didn't move out on her own. I told her to move out because I wanted space, but she still wanted me around at all times. She would get upset if we didn't sleep together or if we weren't around. She always wanted me to drive over to her house, but I never wanted to because I wanted to be alone. And that increased our fights. But the stalkers continued, and I got even more stressed. They started to take pictures of me whenever I would drive to her house. Sorry. They knew my every movement. I couldn't take it. Between the rabbits, the stalkers, and the overall ability to handle situations with each other, I knew this wouldn't last. But I didn't know how to get out of the relationship. She did not want to move out. As for me telling Cheddar to leave
So now he's trying to play this off as like Emiru was okay.
my house, he was swatting at Chompy constantly and making him bleed. I not only was the one that wanted her to move out first, I was the one that wanted the cat out of the house because he was attacking my cat.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Every month
But how
went
do
by
I
the
make
last year, and
money
our
off
fights
depressed
started to
people?
get
I saw the horrid state she left her rabbits, that I refused to help with. And since I'm a cartoonish retard like Lenny from Of Mice and Men, it was then that I decided I didn't want to blow my beans into her tiny Chinese womb and have little happa babies.
That's gross, but oh my god. Thank you nonetheless for the tip, Styler, but that is grotesque.
louder. We were breaking up with each other almost weekly. Fights were getting more aggressive, and shouting began to increase. I was not perfect, and I reflect on those situations with poor taste to myself. I'm ashamed that the situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression. I one time did say I was going to kill myself during an argument, but Emmy did this as well numerous times. She would constantly say she's going to kill herself.
So that's something I'd be willing to consider. That she threw stuff and was violent too, but I mean, unfortunately, I don't know if there's any clips of Emiru chucking things like we've got from Mizkif. Like, well, hang on, hold on, whoa, I know you were laughing at the plushie thing. Let's be fair. Let's be fair here, okay? I would just apply the same logic that I did to the paper bags. Throwing something in aggression, even if it's soft and unlikely to cause
Okay, that's
damage, is
wonderful.
still wrong,
But how do
right?
I make money off depressed people?
But I
think
don't know how
Stylo
much
is
I
onto
believe that's the
something
case.
here. Always providing great insights.
Thank you, Psychokake. Thank you for the $5. I think throwing anything in aggression and anger is wrong, even if it's unlikely to cause or impossible to cause physical harm. But again, I don't know what to make of that. It feels like Uno Reverso. Chud sweeping. How am I sweeping? I'm saying that I don't believe it. I don't believe it's true anyway. And unfortunately, you know, I just, you know, unless there's something that would back that up, unless we got some sort of footage or some sort of content of Emiru acting violently or aggressively, I'm quite skeptical about the idea that she was chucking things at him. So I don't know what to make of that, but I don't believe it on its face. I didn't believe the Mizkif stuff on its face, but then when I saw further evidence, like, okay, probably did chuck that shit, you know? But anyway.
In arguments, and I have a picture where while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers who came to my house while she was in Kansas, she told me she was going to kill herself out of aggression of the situation while it was happening. And I'm just going to leak everything because I don't really care. This is the situation. I told her that a stalker's at the house. I'm freaking out. What is happening? Can you call me? I'll call you. I literally want to kill myself. I can't take this anymore. I feel so alone and like a problem. So just want to show this. She was also using the I want to kill myself a lot in our situation and relationship. This is while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers. This stalker who was at...
Well, hang on. Like, shit, I feel so alone, like a problem. Okay, there's a substantive difference between having a stressful situation that is unrelated to your relationship and saying, I want to KMS, and saying it in terms of, like, in regards to your relationship dynamic. So there's different context here as to why someone is saying that. She's saying, I want to redact myself because I'm being stalked and it's stressing me out that much. It's different to saying, like, for example, if you split up with me, I'm going to redact myself. And it seems like Mizkif was using it in the relationship dynamic as a manipulative tool. Whereas this is more, I'm so stressed out, I just want to end it all because of the stalker situation. And I mean, I don't know what is it? It's like Messenger. I think it's Messenger app, isn't it? But in any case, the contexts here are very different. He thinks the issue is that people are saying it's inherently wrong to say you're suicidal. He doesn't get it exactly, and that's not the issue. It's how you're invoking that in like a relationship dynamic to emotionally manipulate the other party. Oh, no, look. I think this is a text message thing. Anyway.
At my house. His background picture was Emiru. And when he talked to the cops, he was in love with her and thought that she was talking to him. It is disgusting what these stalkers can do. I will say this. The fact that this guy came to my house and the result of it was a cop brought him down the street to a QT, which is a...
Yeah, like, are there other examples of this? Or is this like... the only example at the height of some emotional thing with a stalker? Like, do you know what I mean? He's claiming there's loads of examples. Why is it only one that you're showing us then? Feels like grasping at straws.
7-Eleven, 15 minutes away, and that's all they did, is terrifying for these girls and terrifying for the situation in general.
Shelbo? Proto Shelbo?
Sorry. I knew that the relationship wasn't healthy at this point. I knew we had to end it, and soon. One day, Emmy posted a very provocative picture, one that she knew I would hate, and she posted it to make me upset. She admitted that she made me upset with it, and we got into a heated argument, and I broke up with her. We broke up for about a month, then got back together because we thought we can make it work. We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food, and then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry.
God, dude. Yeah, that shit she said is basically true. What? Wait. He's saying that what she claims is true. But he just thought she was more interested than she truly was. Dude, that's a rough response. That is a rough response to the claim, I must say. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. At best, it's he misunderstood. At absolute best.
And I wish I was okay with BJ.
In his own story, saying she yelped.
A common place where we would get food. And then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong or did wrong in general.
Okay, that's wonderful.
I got scared.
How do I make money
Oh
off
my
depressed
god,
people?
dude.
Earlier the bigger picture was missed. He said she also threw objects at him, when previously he said he never threw anything at her, but threw it on his bed.
Very true. Yes, that's a good point. That's a good point, yes. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Yeah, man, that is a tough comment from Mizkif there. I mean, is he not just accepting the premise essentially of what she claims? And is God the oh, dude, that's
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
I thought she wanted it. It's the most insane defense, yeah. Thank you for the super chat, More Animals. Well, Clarice, if the rabbit stopped screaming. They don't call him Rape Kid for nothing, exactly. She yelped is crazy.
Okay, that's wonderful.
That's nuts.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
She said she was okay with this on her stream, he said.
Yeah, also, she didn't say she was okay with it. She said she just kind of let it happen. The kissing, at least. But not that she was okay with it. Okay. I mean, he is more or less accepting a series of events with a little bit of, oh, I thought she wanted it, Your Honor. Oh. Yeah, dude. What do you say to that? Yeah, it seems like a series of events is fairly accurate then. They're going to be calling him Rape Kid. Fucking hell.
And left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then.
Also, you made her yelp. You didn't say sorry or anything, dude. He was just out of there. I'm out of here. I'm not going to get caught on a rape fucking beef. I'm out of here. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
wonderful. But how do I make
tough.
money off depressed people?
He skipped the crying, and he grabbed a fistful of cat. Skipped that part too, Emiru.
Okay, that's
Thank
wonderful. But how
you
do
for
I
the
make
super chats,
money
guys.
off depressed people?
Wasn't she crying before that? How does that go to third base in his mind? Lol.
Yeah, well, yeah, she claims she was crying. He says he was kissing her. Doesn't mention the crying, but that she was okay with it. Like she said on her stream, but she never said that. So, kind of also a somewhat deceptive response that doesn't really take into account exactly how she laid it out. Damn.
But we got back together soon afterwards. And during those last few months where we were fighting, we were still fighting, but it did feel like the relationship had good progress. And we were both agreed we need to talk about our future. Since it's been 3 years, we should see what we want. And Emmy had an idea to write down everything we wanted on paper. I'm going to let everyone know that what I'm about to say is very true. This is exactly what happened, and she cannot argue this. One day, after staying over Emiru's house, Emiru made me breakfast, and she wrote down everything she wanted. She wrote she wants me to move closer to her, she wrote that she wants me to marry her, and she wants kids with me in the next 5 years. And I just looked at this letter that was staring in front of me, and I just handed her back the paper. She began to cry, and I told her, I'm sorry, I just can't do this anymore. I knew we were just beyond the point of toxicity in the relationship, that our trust had completely died, and that we had so many issues that I couldn't deal with it, and I was not mentally well. I walked away. I went to her door, and as I opened it, the last words I ever heard her...
Does you ever be kissing your girl on the neck and she hit you with the yip 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 ARF yee
Okay, thank you for the thought to
say is, don't go. I love you. That week, I made flights to Japan because I didn't want to sit around and wait to possibly get back together again. I have never talked to her in person since. I have messaged her numerous times wondering...
I tried to forcefully touch her pun, so I stopped. That's what happened. Just like when I stopped throwing my phone after it gave her a black eye.
Yo! Thank you for the $50 super chat. That's super generous. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, God, it is probably one of the worst defenses I've heard, I'd say.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
And then everyone clapped and I wiped my ass. Thank you.
Why I have been removed from OTK, Discords, and I was very scared because I didn't know what was going on. Nobody was talking to me or contacting me, and I have had so much...
I mean, some of those messages showed you were clearly trying to, like, reinstigate something to no response for months, right? So, you know, that again feels like we've got some omissions that are deceptive as well here.
Regret. Times where I wanted to go back. Times where I've drunk messaged her love letters.
Oh, okay. No, he is addressing that.
On stream.
Sorry.
But after 10 months, I know we're much better off without each other. I did see her at a party once at Simply's house. The house was very small, and I opened the door. I said, whoops, and proceeded to talk in the other room about what I possibly did wrong, and began to bawl out and be depressed because I just saw my ex-girlfriend. I want to make it very clear. I was not following her, nor lingering around her. I was with others the entire night. The house is about 2,000 square feet with about 50 people there. I, of course, was near her, but I was never following her. This year...
So, yeah, confirming the story, and we just got to believe that it was an accident. Right. Okay. So, yeah, broad strokes, you're confirming what she's saying, but you're just saying, no, it wasn't intentional. I did it by accident. And we're supposed to buy that. There's a lot of accidents that we're supposed to buy here, isn't there? A lot of accidental behaviour on the part of Mizkif that we're supposed to believe for this story to be legitimately a good response to what Emiru has said.
Sorry. This year has been very hard for me, and I'm sure for her. I even went to Japan and drank every single night just to sleep. Going from being with each other for 3 years straight and trauma bonding to be completely alone is such a difficult thing for both of us. I began therapy in February of this year with EMDR therapy, something she recommended me when we were dating. I'm very happy to say that I feel better than ever, and I've gotten a lot of the stress I've had away. I've also moved from Austin myself, and I've had a lot of trauma lingering from there as a whole, and I feel a lot better from that. I truly hope nothing but the best for Emmy. I know she said a lot of these things today, and I do believe a lot of them are false. Was that an ad read? But I do hope nothing but the best for her, and I'm sorry that any of this happened. I hate that we're in this situation, and I hope that she can move on. We were in a toxic relationship. I saw that. I've realized over the years of 2 relationships now online that I'm a horrible boyfriend and I have a lot to work on for myself. I've been single for the past 10 months, and I plan to stay that way. I'm continuing to go to therapy and work on myself, not just for me, wonderful. But for the people around me.
Money off
Thank you for the super chats.
Okay. That's it. If you're wondering if it's scripted, the answer is, of course it is. I wrote it out because I cannot freeball this. This is a very serious situation. I want to make this real.
I mean, I'm guessing he gets into the other Emiru grooming claims now, so we'll obviously watch that. But that was a dreadful, dreadful response. No evidence provided. There's lots of clips now circulating, which go some way to backing up some of the claims that Emiru is making. And it seems like much of it is, well, yeah, I did do that, but it was an accident. Or it wasn't quite like that. I chucked the phone on the bed. Do you know what I mean? Like, broad strokes of a story are backed up by what he's saying. And then, in order to clear Mizkif, you need to believe these accident claims and whatnot. So,
but how do I make
not
money
good.
off
Not
depressed
good.
people?
In 5 years, Netflix WLL make a documentary about this act, which she called the Austin Annihilation.
Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Oh, and in fact, the only evidence that he did show, well, it was a complete non sequitur. It was the rabbit cage, which is fucking irrelevant to what her claims are anyway. And then the text message where she said, I want to redact myself over a stalker situation, which is not at all related. Which is not at all related to the the claim that she made, which is that he used it as an emotional manipulation tool in the course of their relationship. So it's rough. That is rough.
And that's it. Okay? I am going to stand up for myself. I am going to defend myself in these situations. I am not going away. I have no plans to go away. And I believe a lot of the situations today were absolutely exaggerated. I have
Money for a good commentary to watching video ratio.
Yes! We're not phoning it in today. Thank you, Mr. House, for the super chats.
dozens of photos and videos, calls and messages as well, if she has them. I have things I will be leaking over the next few days of other people, of other things. I have a lot of messages that I have that I'm going to expose as time goes on, because I do believe that this is...
Mizkif will be fine. Every influencer gets away with anything. I think the difference with Mizkif, I mean, he can still stream and make content with his community that are still willing to stick around. But he is so reliant on the collaboration with other creators normally. And he's completely excised from that now. So I don't know if it's the same. If he's got it in him to go and make it on his own. Isn't he constantly collaborating with other people? And that's like the broad thrust of his content. Bro, look at this. All these gifted subs. Dude, I'm getting jealous. I'm jealous.
It's a time to go fucking buck wild. But I want to make it very clear. When it comes to Emiru, when she says that I was getting ready to go after her and that I was going to use her rabbits against her, that was never the plan. My plan for myself was very simple. If Emmy were to say something about me, I would say something back. That's it. I never had a plan in my life to go after her or do anything. It was if she ever said anything, I would say something as well.
Maybe the super chat.
And that's completely understandable. Can you clarify what, if anything, was said to her team at TwitchCon? I said that if she goes after me, then I will go nuclear. And that is exactly what I said.
Dude, I was willing to accept that, okay, well, maybe it wasn't quite... No, that is exactly what it was. So that's true as well. Oh, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, I did say if she came after me, I'd go nuclear on her. So she was correct about that too. Dude, he's validating things that I was even like, okay, I'm not 100% on that. But no, that happened too, apparently. Oh my God, dude. I mean, that'll sell well with, you know, your core audience or certain like red pill-esque types or something like that. But beyond that, no, that's gonna sell very badly. That is a fucking terrible look, you know.
And that is what's going to happen.
Yeah, especially with the context of what happened at TwitchCon as well. What is this guy thinking, dude? Did he even think before putting this together? Bro thought he's Sigma. Oh.
Because you can't mess with me anymore. I don't have anything to lose. I'm sorry I don't. Go after me all you want. I have nothing to lose. And I will say this proudly. Emiru abused those rabbits. She did. And if you're in Austin, Texas, and you want to say that she didn't abuse those rabbits at my house, you're lying. You know she did. She abused those rabbits and she let them outside. And it's disgusting. And I didn't want to bring this up ever. This was not something I planned on bringing up in my life. But
Back
it's
on the
something that
rabbits.
she claims that she didn't do. And people are trying to defend her from that. Like Asmongold, where he says that one of her rabbits she took and brought around. What about the other 6 rabbits that died?
Dude,
As for what
he really thinks he's cooking with this rabbit point. I'm telling you, this is an intentional thing to tap into the Collargate memes. Having seen what's just happened with Hassan. And if this had dropped before he was accused, sure, there'd probably be commentary and discourse about the fact that she doesn't, you know, she's like Hassan with rabbits. But it's too late. People are not going to care that much about that. I think people will either argue the toss about how badly the rabbits were looked after, or alternatively, my perspective is, I don't give a fuck about the rabbits. I don't care about the fucking rabbits, bro, because it doesn't address or speak to her claims about you. Yeah, he's biting on Collargate hard, exactly.
happened with me and Emiru, it is I mentally have been fucked up for years. And I'm very proud of myself for working on myself. And I think leaving Austin was the best thing, not just for me, but for everyone around me. I do believe that. I fucked up a lot. And I'm never going to not admit that. And I realized I need to be alone. I never got kicked out of Austin, Texas. I left myself.
Oh. They're there?
You're still mentally fucked? I am. I'm absolutely mentally fucked. I have been slowly working on it. I do feel like I've been getting better. I feel like I'm very calm right now. I don't feel stressed. I don't even feel angry. I feel that every day I'm trying to learn more and more and do better. But I'm going to stand up for myself in a lot of these situations because a lot of it was not true. And I don't like that she was portraying that it was just me who was at fault. It was a toxic relationship, and that's what it was.
Okay, so yeah, this feels a bit like invoking the Johnny Depp defense, right? Like it was just toxic both ways. Now, that could be true. There could be some behavior that Emiru engaged in that's bad. The problem for Mizkif is even if that's true, we have got clips that back up the narratives that Emiru was presenting about Mizkif. And we just don't, I think, have that the other way around. So even if this is true, you would need to present something to back this up, like maybe some DMs where she's apologizing for doing something. I'm sorry I threw a plushie at you, whatever the case may be. Because we don't seem to have any clips. The clips you do have seem to fucking make it look like Emiru's a victim of something. And yeah, but we don't even need the clips anyway because it's admitted to the broad thrust of the claims anyway.
Why was viewership so important? I will bluntly say this, and I'm very honest. I was, and I still am, but I very much was someone that was massively
that's
obsessed
wonderful.
with streaming
But how do
and
I make
viewership.
money off
And
depressed
when
people?
I owned rabbits. They litter train themselves and will poop/pee in the same spot. That litter needs to be changed, but he's not showing the whole cage, just a little spot. Basically like filming a cat's dirty litter box.
Seanhead, thank you for the $20. Hope you're well. Thank you. Yeah, I think that, you know, there's certainly, it's not painting the full picture to just look at a video. So there could be more to it than that. But, I mean, even so, yeah, it's just a complete non sequitur of a response. Oh yeah? You're saying that I raped you? Well, have you considered that you abused those rabbits?
When my cancellation happened, and even before it, I mean, it's something you guys know. I've been massively obsessed with streaming and viewership over the years, and it's disgusting and it has ruined my fucking life. It is something that I am envious of others. I am angry at others because of it. It makes me jealous when I see others doing well, and it has made me realize that I am I'm never happy for someone else if they're doing much better than me.
Okay, that's
you guys know
wonderful.
this is true if
But
you
how
watch
do
my
I
old
make
stream.
money
I've
off
always
depressed people?
been this way.
Who's winning this so far? The ogre or the concubine?
I mean, to be honest, Mizkif has admitted to some of the fundamental claims that Emiru's made, but painted it slightly differently, like an accident angle or something. And there's further clips. We'll look at some more after this as well. We'll look at some more, because there's loads of clips circulating now. And much of it paints a very, very bad image from Mizkif.
I've been very envious of other people. And it's a problem. It's a serious. It was a. I've definitely.
Yeah, and there's other things as well. Like, for example, and maybe he gets to it. I don't know. But there's also the claim that both Emiru and Maya made that he would drive really fast. Like, they'd get in an argument in the car, and he'd drive really fast, like dangerously fast, until they apologized to kind of freak them out.
Better than I was now, or I am now, but it's a serious problem that I am still working on to this day. I am not perfect, and I fucked up with that. I've been this way for a very fucking long time, where I'm a competitive dude, and I think I'm very competitive with streaming because I really care about it a lot. I've sunk my whole life into this thing. So did you really drive 150 miles an hour?
Oh, here we go.
I'm going to say this very clear. If you know me in Austin, Texas, I drive fast everywhere.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't know if 150 miles an hour, that's a fucking fast speed. I mean, that's rapid. But I think I understand what's being gotten at there. It's driving beyond the speed limit to freak them out. But hang on a sec. What is this now?
Really care about it a lot. I've sunk my whole life into this thing.
Come on. He's not going to admit to this as well.
So, did you really drive 150 miles an hour? I'm going to say this very clear. If you know me in Austin, Texas, I drive fast everywhere. I drive fast literally everywhere. I'm in an Audi R8 in Austin, Texas, where the freeways are open. I drive fast all the time. I do. I don't even remember what situation she was talking about. I mean, we were in cars with each other all the time. I remember one time when she was picking me up from the airport, and she was in her blue Corvette, and she started the speed when we were on a straightaway when she was getting mad, and she stayed quiet. I don't remember the exact speed she got.
Bro, that's just more deflection. It's a specific claim that you, when you were in an argument, would drive at high speeds, debatable on the exact speed, but at high speeds until they apologize to kind of freak them out, essentially. That's the point. So even if it's true, again, that Emiru was speeding, it's not the speed itself that's the issue that's being pointed out. It's the way in which you used it as a means with which to elicit an apology or something from the other person. And both Emiru and Maya have claimed that you've engaged in this behavior. So it's not necessarily the speeding. It's particularly your conduct while speeding.
Up to, but we were definitely flying.
Oh, did I? Come on, say something. I think he's wrapping it up soon, isn't he?
Okay, that's wonderful. But how
And
do
then
I
we've
make
got,
money
dude, we've got so
off
much, man.
depressed people?
I was being bad faith.
Okay,
and
that's
yet I still
wonderful.
gave
But
him
how
too
do I
much
make
charity.
money off
How
depressed
is he
people?
this stupid? Help! This
They
is
are
even
calling
worse
this the
than the
OTK
TikTok
of
self-sweep attempts.
Thank you for the super chats. And Mizkif, thank you for the 333.
But I'll say this as well. I have no problem admitting fault. the person that I was during that relationship, and I would say the Mizkif in Austin, Texas is fucking disgusting. I hated myself. I hated this person that just sat there all day, stressed and angry and mad at the fucking world. I hated being this upset person because I know you are who you hang out with. And I definitely changed Emmy in a lot of ways and made her very stressed as well. And mentally, the situations we were in, it just cataclysmed both of us. I was a very toxic person and I knew I needed to get out, so I broke up with her. In fact, I broke up with her twice. The first time I broke up with her, I really thought it was over. And the second time I broke up with her was forever. I did message her a lot afterwards, primarily for OTK stuff, but there were times where I did want to go back to her. I'm not going to pretend I didn't. I was drunk. I thought I needed to, but yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't. Yeah, he obviously feels like a downplay of what the messages were. But
that's it. I don't think there's really anything else to talk about.
Wow, rough response. Rough response from the old Mizzy Wizzy.
Leak something? No, not today. This is something I think that we went over.
Also, this teasing of information, I think, is an attempt to manipulate the kind of discourse cycle around this drama. And I think he's hoping that this can drop, people can talk about this, and then he'll come out with some new thing about a streamer, and that's then what people will hopefully, from his perspective, end up focused on. Yeah.
I am glad that it is out there, what I just said, and that's it. So, that's it. I said what I had to say. I appreciate you guys listening, and I will be back. I'm not leaving anytime soon, but I'm gonna go relax. It's been a pretty rough day.
He
We're
did.
not doing top 500.
He basically admits everything she said with his own twist on it, but the substance of what she claimed was true.
All right, that's it, guys.
According
Thank
to
you guys
him.
for watching. I appreciate it. I will keep defending myself as time goes on. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys as we keep going. I appreciate you guys, and I'm yeah.
How would I rate the response? 3 out of 10? I don't know, bro. Like, dude, it's really bad. In terms of a defense for himself, very low. 3 or 4 out of 10? I don't know, dude. How would you rate a response where they essentially agree that everything that Emiru said was correct and true? Probably less than that even, yeah. Crazy stuff.